good day, good way. Today is 10/11/2025. This reading is for 10/12/2025. The write ups on Facebook. 10/12/2025. Choose the ritual that gives you the illusion of control. This is when the privilege will gatekeep a dead system because it's been giving them life for so long at the harm of others, at the cost of harm to others. But you can't expect them to care. When a system is working out for somebody and it's not working out for you, when you realize I can no longer stick with it, the worst thing you could do is have expectations for the people who have benefited from it to want to make a change too. Look where we're at now. So you can't expect them to care. Stop staying in the harm cycle altogether. Stop trying to figure out whether it's helping you or harming you. If there's a system that produces a condition that could fluctuate between whether you're being helped or harmed, might not be a safe system in the first place. But that goes into this last part of that first statement. Be free to manifest your own destiny. People don't believe in their own destiny. They believe in the destiny that's already been preset and foretold, or written at the advisement of others. You don't want to do things for yourself. Spiritual laziness. You want it to be given to you or already be insured and secured. You invest in a system that's destroying you, but you won't invest in doing anything to set yourself free. 10/12/2025. Choose the ritual that gives you the illusion of control. The whole problem was control. Not only is it a struggle, the illusion of control means you're struggling with something that ain't even real. You should never have to struggle. The other part of that is where I say choosing the ritual. In my number system, 12 represents the hangman. The hangman is hung up on something. And if you're hung up on something and you can't get free from it, it becomes a ritual because it's already guaranteed your energy. And I've been saying for years, our whole life is a ritual. Everything we do is ritualized, from eating to brushing your teeth to going to your job, paying your taxes, watching TV, posting on social media, doing your videos. It's a ritual. You do it in repetitious fashion, so now it becomes your way. And then if you see somebody do something in a repetitious fashion and they break from it, your expectations is for them to get back in alignment. So 10/12/2025, where you keep choosing that ritual that gives you control, you have to check that shit. Wholeness. You have to check that check. Remember, I'm telling you, check that shit. 10 is the wheel of fortune. In my number system, I always tell you 10 is the presentation of choice. Am I going to choose between help or harm? Things I was just saying a few minutes ago. This is Lilith on my cards. You hear me say the Lilith choice or not a lot. In the quick analogy of Lilith, she chose between two forms of enslavement. One was just better for her than the other. Take your time with that. If you're enslaved just because the conditions are more favorable towards you in enslavement, you're still enslaved nonetheless. So you're choosing a ritual that gives you the ideology of control. You're choosing between something that's potentially going to harm you in any event. Going on to the next line, 355. 3 is the thoughts, 55 is the master manipulator. It's that chessboard I keep saying about. So the thought is basically the strongest thought creates the strongest manipulators. What I said a few minutes ago before anybody got in here is that where we're at right now, we're in a system to where those that benefit from the system, the ones we call privileged or whatever, they don't want the system to change because it's already shown them what they want to see. It's foolish for the ones who have not seen what they want to see to think that they can be included in the process of doing something different. So the strongest thought that maintains the system will create the strongest manipulators. The people who have something to lose by losing the system, this is your neighbors where, don't blame me, I voted for the carrot and all this other shit. They can see the shit show falling apart, but it hasn't affected them. So all the shit that everybody else is seeing is not their reality. And you can't get mad at them. If they've been benefited and sheltered, blinders and privileged, by what's going on out here, just because it's affecting you, you can't get mad at them because it hasn't affected them. So that form of manipulation right there to where they're secure, It's a it's an auto defense mechanism. When the system is endangered, those that have been secured by the system will do everything to protect it. They will do everything to protect what keeps them safe just because everybody else now realize it's a danger. So you have to be smart enough. You have to be smarter than the average bear. 355, the strongest thought, the one that keeps everybody safe, will keep you fighting to maintain that safety. Five, teacher. This is Archangel Uriel, the watchtower of Earth. Basically in tarot cards, this is the Hierophant. This is the person that already knows everything. Think about it. In the sense where I'm saying he already knows everything, he or she is already in a position of security where they don't have any needs that need to be met. So they're secure. If you mess with somebody's security, if you mess with something that has somebody grounded and safe, you challenge them, and now they're going to fight tooth and nail to teach you why you can't do it. That is a perfected system of self-sustainment within the viral field. You can't expect somebody who has not gotten sick by the sickness, which is a whole trap. Somebody who doesn't see themselves as sick within the field of sickness won't see the sickness you're talking about as an issue. Man, y'all can't see what's going on. Yeah, I see what's going on, but shit, do you see my bank account? Hell, all this change benefits me. So I'm sorry for you, brother. I'm sorry for you, but this don't affect me. I feel for you. Maybe you should work harder. You understand that? That teacher energy is, you just need to watch the way I'm doing things. You could do it too. You can get to the abundance too if you choose to enslave yourself in a system that allows you to be free. That'll confuse at least two of you. So going on to the third line, 2222. I tell you, one number is a vibration, two numbers is a repetitive vibration, three numbers is a trap vibration, four numbers is an infection of the same number. So in the case of this 2222, it is what you hear me say where you mash the keyboard on the typewriter and the same character keeps coming back out because it's stuck. If it comes out four times in a row, it's a stuck vibration. This is no angel number, fluffy foo-foo bullshit. This is holy shit. You are stuck in that vibration. You can't get past the two. It's an infection. Two is connection. Two is knowledge. You're connected and you can't get out of the connection because remember what I'm telling you? That's what keeps the system safe. If you're stuck in the connection and the connection just keep replicating more connections for you to get stuck into, you'll never get out of the connection because the connection is always in you. So in this 2225, infected connections, that 222, infected connections, 5, movement. The infected connections that keep us moving. The lesson, Lesson, is often to lessen, Lessen, you. You become less of yourself when you go through more experiences. Unfortunately, in the duality of experience, good and bad, by our perception, you can become more by going through more experiences if you're now attaching to more of the experience that is showing you better versions of you. Every time I go to the casino, I win. Every time I go to the casino, I win. So somebody go to casino and lose, now they got a gambling addiction because they wasted their money and they can't never make a return. Somebody go to the casino and win all the time while they still have an addiction. If they're able to provide a better life for themselves and their family, they're a rock star. They'll get a whole TV show. Wait a minute, y'all both got the same addiction. Yeah, but I'm winning. They don't honor my, what do you call it, alerts or whatever it is, notifications. Like whenever I go live, they're supposed to send out a email to everybody on my subscription list, let them know I'm live. They don't do that. If they do, they'll do it after I'm off. I was thinking about that earlier. I might need to try and set a time that I'm gonna do these daily if I'm gonna start back doing them. So if you are interested in my feeds, I'm going to start trying to do them right around the 8 o'clock hour. So like I started this one, 10 minutes ago. So I started at 8:26. But always happy to have you here. I'll try to start doing them around a set time unless my life don't allow for it. So yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll start trying to do them at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But unless it's just something going on that I can't control, there will be one done daily. And as it stands right now, they're taking about 14 hours to process my live before I can post it. It's taking about 14 hours. So if you miss it at night, by that next morning, it should be getting ready to get posted. So we were on 2225, infected connections. The lesson is often what lessens you. Wasting energy in experiences not designed for you, just the use of your delicious energy. And that's the real thing. A lot of this stuff around here ain't about us. A lot of the stuff that goes on in this country, just to be honest with you, a lot of stuff going on in this country ain't about us, but it can't do anything without us. It's always something going on that is not of benefit for your energy. That big ass lie. Um, Tony and Big Brother and Little Brother say hi. My name's Tony, so what's up? So, like I was saying, in this country, there's always something going on where they're trying to tell you that they need your energy. It's supposed to be this bullshit ass we the people, but you got this small section of 700 to 800 people that are making rules that affect we the people without consulting we the people, while lying to we the people about it being for our benefit. So we're caught in a system that only does things against us while lying to us and telling us it's for us. And then we get stupid enough to lie to ourselves and say, that's just the way it is. You support a system that's designed to limit and contain you and dismantle you, and then you get mad when they win. But yet they tell you the only way we can do this is if you keep us in power. How do you keep them in power? Keep giving them your energy. So 2225, you're in an infected connection and it just keeps you moving because you're trying to wonder about how to stop letting it have your energy by giving it more. You have to make that make sense. This is somebody who is bothering you. They just keep calling me. They just keep wanting my energy. Well, I'm going to answer tonight because I need to let them know to stop bothering me. But that's what they want. They want you to answer so that they get your energy, but you're not wise enough to stop answering and giving them your energy because you think that's what you need to do. You already lost. 2225. The infected connection ain't with them. The infected connection is with you. People are biased inside with one, like doing something with the comforter state without fairness. Yeah, I mean, everybody has a bias on all levels. But yeah, I was told about things like this. People are biased inside with one, like doing something with the contort comforter state without fairness. Century? You see, you try to correct your spelling, it says contrary. Without, with the consent, is that what we're saying? Consent, contort or state? Yeah, I know. State without fairness. Nothing is fair. In a system designed to support one ideology, here's the thing, and I'm not going to stay on this long, but think about it. If this is the United States, it's supposed to be we the people, not we the Republicans, we the Democrats, we the whites, we the blacks, we the whatevers. It's supposed to be we the people. In the fact that you have multiple versions of we the people trying to stand up for what their version of we the people is, the whole system's already failed. If you're only fighting to protect who looks like you or who thinks like you, you've already started an internal war with everybody else that decides to think different. So are we a totalitarian, socialist, communist type old school Cold War Russia where you do what I say or you'll end up missing? Which is where we're heading, if not already there. Do what I say, think like I think, look like how I want you to look, or we'll get rid of you. We'll ice you. So in the fact that people ain't smart enough to see that that's the basic trick, is thinking that you can have multiple sides of diplomacy and still deal fairly with everybody. It's an antiquated system that was never even designed to succeed. It was just designed to give security to a bunch of colonies that decided that they no longer wanted to stay under kingship rule. They didn't want to stay in that format of having regals over them, so they wanted to try and find a way to process democracy in state form. But as it got bigger, and even while it was still smaller, it was still bigotry and racism and privilege within that. They were still only looking out for their best benefit. It's just easier to lie to 10 to 20,000 people than it is to lie to millions. But even that's a falsehood. It's easier to lie to millions when they ain't smart enough to stop lying to themselves. The infected connection, it's already within here. If you have a sickness within yourself that allows you to get easily manipulated, you can't get mad at when somebody will see your energy. You can't get, and I've been talking about this a lot, you can't keep calling everybody a narcissist if you always a victim. Everything somebody does is already going to be victimized energy within you. That's where we're at right now. We got a bunch of victims around here who cry about what they want to see different, but only keep voting for more of the same. Let's write a petition. Let's go stand in line and picket. And then maybe they'll hear us. No, they already heard you. That's how they got there, is by hearing that you ain't going to do nothing but run your mouth. You don't want change because you keep supporting what's changing you. Infected connection. Ignorance. You the fool. You your own issue. You are your own issue. You are already the trickster because you won't cross the road because you're scared of what's on the other side. Your ignorance. And again, I said this a minute ago, why you have all these people with these signs in their yard, Trump, Vance, I made America great again, all this shit, because it's their ideology, it's their truth. So somebody's truth versus your truth doesn't make it their lie. And a lot of people are not affected by the bullshit that's going on because the system has been designed to protect them to the point to where they'll protect the system. Something I was talking about at the beginning. So it's just a system of ignorance. The infected connection is the system, but the bigger infected connection is somebody who thinks the system was designed for them. It's foolishness. It's this next line, 1111. Remember, I'm telling you, for the same vibration that keeps kicking out, it's an infected vibration. The vibration of one is the alchemist. The vibration of one is the illusionist. It is the magician. It is the potential. It is, I'm aware of what's going on before I use my potential, not before I end up getting used. One is, I should be aware of what's going on and aware of just how much energy I really have. How much power do I have? Not here, let me go train and figure out what I can do. So that 1111 infected potential, the virus has already taken the divine right of creation because potential's there, but if you don't know how to use it and you go to somebody else to teach you, if you don't know how to use your energy, somebody else will teach you. Because we're trained that way. You said because people act before they think, because we operate what you hear me call root chakra function. We operate, and it's not just me, we operate out of fight or flight. We respond and react, and then we take responsibility. Instead of taking responsibility to see what's there and then choosing a proper reaction. We go in through it and then figure out how to get out of it, and then we sit back and wonder why we even did it. That's ass backwards. You're supposed to understand why I'm doing anything before you engage. Hey, why am I signing this contract? Because I want you to. Okay. Wait a minute. You ain't tell me that you was I got to work 19 hours a day? Yeah, you signed the contract. You should have read it first. But I couldn't read it. Then guess what? You should have read it first. But I don't understand it. You should have read it first. You see all these excuses again come out of people's mouth. But you knew what I needed. No, I knew what I wanted. And you didn't have enough awareness of yourself to stop me from taking it. So your ignorance is going to allow me to teach you where's the abundance. The abundance is in the fool. But if the abundance is in the fool and the fool can be tricked into giving up his energy, holy sheep shit. 1111. The trapped potential, the infected potential. The infected potential because the virus has already taken the divine right of creation by ensuring not only the destruction, but the resurrection of the God that enslaved it. You understand that? And by God, I mean generator, operator, destroyer. If you come to me and you tell me you don't know what you want to do with your money and you giving me creative control over your money, I'm now your God. I am now going to generate what you have given me and operate what you have given me, and I'm hoping that it don't destroy either one of us. But guess what? It's going to destroy you before it destroy me. Why? Because it was yours already. That might have confused a couple of people, but understand it. If you give your energy to somebody and then they blow it, it hurt you more than it hurt them because you already had it. If you keep giving your power to the same people that is destroying you, you're not hurting them when you take it back. You're hurting you by leaving it there. Infected potential. 1111. You stuck. You stuck. Oh, there's God. In my number system, 34 is God, generator, operator, destroyer. The thoughts that keep on showing you what to create. The thoughts that keep on generating images for you to create, and creation is just an experience that you are operating through until it destroys you or until you destroy it. Yeah. So again, this card here, 34, the thoughts that form creation. Mindfulness. Once you give your energy to a thought and it becomes the only thing you think about, it's the only thing in your head. Everything you do is going to be pro that thought. You understand that? If I'm in a system that thrives off of racism, it is best for me to support racism so that the system that supports racism is supporting me. I need to be that way too. Just don't challenge me on it and call it that. Don't call that spade a spade. Just understand that if I am in a system that is generating and operating an experience that allows me to thrive, I'll fight you if you try and take it from me. You should just learn to get on board. Even though it's designed to take your energy to sustain mine. I'm hoping somebody is seeing through these fucking words. But if you keep filling your mind with a bunch of mess, you get what you get. 3 plus 4, 7. You get what you get. You get put on a journey trying to figure out a better way to be you. That is a dangerous place that people love to stay in. I'm going on a spiritual journey to figure out who I am. Who are you now? I don't know. I had a bad relationship. Okay, so that's the summation of your choices. That's the summation of your choices. Are you your choices, or are you the accountable being that can make better ones? I don't know. I just need a safe space to think. Holy shit, root chakra function. You done went into one bad experience because you didn't think, and then it didn't allow you to think because you didn't think. So now you need to go somewhere else. That ain't gonna allow you to think because you didn't think, hoping it's gonna give you the space to think. So since you ain't thinking for yourself, mindfulness, I'll fill your mind full of a bunch of things that are going to keep you going. The ideology of finding safety, but you don't even know where the danger at. 1111. The danger was in the infected potential that you keep selling away. So now you keep getting sold away, sold down the river. So that 111 infected potential becomes the 34, the God card. Generated, operated, and disseminated. Only dissemination on a higher level is destruction. When something disseminates or disintegrates, the initial being is now being destroyed, being torn apart. So the next line is 13, death, being torn apart. Death is not what we've been taught. You can keep your own ideologies of death because it makes your meat suit feel good, because it's the mess that your mind has been filled with. But death is just really change. Death is a transmutation process to where the energy has been changed. Here's what I wrote up. Death, transmutation is change, and change creates loss through gain, aka death. The minute something is whole and it creates separation, that whole part is already in the process of death, even as the separating parts are now in the process of gain because they're in motion. Motion is already a gain. So the original being is already in destruction, as everything that it created is already in gain. So it's already a transmutation alchemical lie. But you can keep telling yourself that, this is the only way that there is, and death is final and all that other bullshit. But then you turn around and say, Big Mama watching me in heaven. How's she watching you? But wait a minute, ain't she dead? Is heaven not another state of existence if you want to go there with that stupid shit? Is heaven not another state of sin? No, see, you don't understand. The Lord does it in his own ways. You can come up with all kind of bullshit you done filled your mind with based off of the ignorance of what you've been taught to keep you enslaved. So you don't understand what death is. You don't understand what transmutation is. You just know what you know without knowing that you probably shouldn't have knew that shit at all because it was just designed to keep you contained. So 13, transmutation is change. Change creates loss through gain, aka death. The alchemical lie. The alchemical lie called you. You in a verse. The universe. You telling yourself that there is a separate force outside of you that is watching you go through this stuff and giving you what you won't give yourself. Let your life tell your tale. The universe is merely a reflection of your potential choices, but not a solidified fact. It's just the potential of what you could be doing to yourself or what you have done to yourself, but you can't prove none of it, except for through belief. Even your dumbass science is telling you, oh, this might be a holographic experience. Even though cultures have been telling you that shit for eons. Now science is telling it to you, so now it has plausibility. You're already dead. Because you're getting life from what's designed to kill you. What's designed to kill you? Your ignorance. Your ignorance. You've already been placed into a field of limitations. 1, potential. 3, thoughts. 13, death. All your potential is to what you are thinking, and as long as we can fill your mind with what you're thinking, you'll create it. Ignorance that keeps teaching you how to abundantly make more choices. So 13, you'll keep choosing to find yourself in this universe that is only a reflection of you in separation, creating a story, you in a verse, you in a line of a story written by the choices you keep making. Yourself in separation. You in a verse, in a story of your separation. Remember I told you when you leave your wholeness, you'll already become less as what you create becomes more. You're supposed to be trying to find out where the source of the leak was, but you get taught to find yourself in all that you help create. You have to make that make sense sooner or later. Sooner or later, you got to stop lying to yourself. Sooner or later, you got to stop this Akashic journey of lies, this Akashic system of I'm on life lesson 367, and I can't get it right because my twin flame ain't ready, or my soul tribe still trying to heal, or I'm a healer and I got to keep going through this paradigm for the planet. I got to help keep creating the universe by destroying me because I'm invested more in the universe than I am myself. Then you will always stay starring, the star card, in your own scarcity. Why? Because 7, 3 plus 4 is 7, you've already been tricked into filling your mind with a bunch of mess that you no longer see you no longer see your plentifulness. The potential of your plentifulness already belongs to where you've already torn yourself apart. You invest more in what's already got you pulled apart. Holy shit, you trust the government more than you trust yourself. Hi, we're about to sign a bill to make it legal to be sexually active with 10-year-olds. They shouldn't do that. Quick, send an email. What's that going to do? Well, at least we tried. You try to do what? Take power from the same people that you keep voting in power, to keep doing things to not only harm you, but your whole family? But it make your ego feel better because you said something about it. But you ain't smart enough to watch and see what's going on because that would require you to have to do something different. So it's better for me to keep killing myself by doing the same. You worried about an Epstein list. They gonna make all that shit irrelevant. They've been doing that shit for years, making it legal for damn grown-ass men to touch little boys, pederasty, grown-ass men to marry damn 11-year-old little girls, the Kentucky law, the Kentucky way. And then you say, ooh, that's nasty. But I'm a Democrat. I'm going to vote for a better pedophile next time. I'm a Republican. I'm going to vote to ratify another law that takes more rights away and puts more money in my pockets because that's how you get change, Bubba. You secure the economy that's designed for one and not for all. So whereas you ain't been shown enough, you keep filling your mind with that as being the truth. And now you are supporting the ignorance because it's the only thing to resonate, because it's become your teacher. And you now think that I have to go through my scarcity in order to get to my abundance. But again, it ain't about the money. The money's just a front. It's about, from my perspective, the people in control is not about the money. The money is just a front because you don't need money when you already have security. You understand that? If you've already been given the inside tracked on everything, you don't have to buy nothing because who you need to buy something from thinks like you, they'll just give it to you. You understand that? So it's not about the money, it's about the security of supporting a system of like-minded individuals that have a fear of not having enough by making sure nobody else gets enough. Something I say almost every day. It's not that they don't want you to have it, they don't want to lose what they got. Which indirectly means they don't want you to have it because they're scared that if you have something that would allow you to do more and see more, you might endanger their safety. It's a sickness. It's sociopathy. It's deeper than sociopathy, but it is the sickness of societal upbringing. You have to remember, we still exist in the Roman way. It is probably older than the Romans, but they were real good at it. Pederasty. Hell, look at your Alexander the Great and shit. He took his boy lover with him everywhere he went. A lot of them societies had boy lovers. A lot of them societies were built on incest. It's not just them, it's the whole fucking planet. A lot of these societies was built on sicknesses such as incest or intermarriage with younger children to secure a stronger seed. Get a young, freshly 10, 11-year-old girl because now she's got a higher tract of longevity than a grown-ass woman. That sickness became such a way to secure themselves and build their societies by trying to find a way to secure that fear of losing, that they're willing to lose their morality to do anything to secure losing their security. Doing anything to make sure you don't lose what you want, that's been shown throughout history. That's been shown throughout history. Again, like I said, that becomes interbreeding and shit like that. So it ain't that they don't want to help the people. On some levels, they don't want to help the people because whoever's controlling them, remember I was saying it ain't about money, it's about securing the mindset of who already has all the assets. Whoever already has all the assets don't want to share their assets because then the people might become the issue. But if I can just keep all the assets and you come to me for all the assets, then the people ain't even a part of the equation. It's just making sure. Okay. Put some cloves in the tea bag. All right, I'll be off in a minute. So the people don't want to do anything. I mean, the people don't want to do anything different, and the system only wants to contain itself to where the people stay up under the table. Just my perspective. So let me see. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was death. Death is scarcity. Like I got through saying, you're starring in a shit show separation where you're losing yourself by trying to become more. And think about it, and what we're talking about as far as like say government and shit, they're losing themselves by trying to become more. But what are they losing? They're only losing their humanity to a whole bunch of other people who won't honor their own humanity. So 1 minus 1 equals 0. We won't stand up for ourselves and they won't stop taking from us. So much to the point to where it balances off. We won't do anything different because we need them to change, and they won't do anything different because we won't change. It's a perfect system. It's a viral loop. That's why I said we're in spiritual AIDS, spiritual autoimmune disease. The sickness thinks it's well, and so anything that challenges the sickness is viewed as harmful. That's the way a damn autoimmune disease works. So we're already in spiritual apoptosis. We're already killing ourselves, trying to support a system that we want to get life from, but it's not designed to give it to you. So death becomes 4, the trap. Death, 1 plus 3, 4. Death is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. The last number on this reading is 4. The trap. 4 is the box. 4 is where you try and find balance. Remember back here where I said 3 was your thoughts, and 4 is the trap. The thoughts that you trap inside a box will become creation. So you're trapped in that box or you're trying to find balance with what you created. But if what you created was only your destruction in manifest, the only thing you got a connection with is death. That's why people think for death cults. I'm willing to go through life and then I'll live later. I only wants to be a servant, boss. Stupid ass mentalities like that. You don't want nothing from life because you think life's supposed to give it to you, but you already signed a contract with not receiving. Make it make sense. The trap. The trap is the balance you establish with what you think has been created simply by getting you to mentally invest your energy through belief and value, which makes you identify with the experience more than the reality lost to the change. You think for what you want to see more than what was actually there. And that's the danger with current society. All they got to do is show you what they want you to believe in, and the average person can't get past it. Why? Because you're already overwhelmed. You're already in overwhelm, and the mind already in overwhelm, and this is basic fucking not terrorist tactics, torture tactics. Basic torture tactics is sleep deprivation. Not giving your mind a mental space to rest, then we can inundate you with anything and you'll comply. We're not given any form of mental rest because everything is a requirement. People have been posting about that a lot lately. This is the only planet in the damn universe where you got to work 40 hours a week. Potentially, that's the truth. Okay, so if that's a problem, when we going to do something different? I don't know, 2028 coming around, we going to vote and we going to get somebody better in there next time. Yeah, see, that's what's going to happen. I ain't going to vote for Donald Trump. No, boss. Lining up for more idiocracy. You in the trap, and so you go into the trap to get out of the trap. Based off of fear. Your connection to you stuck in the trap and you're scared to just get out of the trap, so you ask the trap for permission to leave. Make that make sense. If you won't do anything to save yourself and you're going to what's harming you to set you free, you're a fool. Wholeness.